Hey there. Welcome to Sample Sunday. I'm going to be using a sample of a silver shaving cream today. It's actually going to be, I figured the best way to kick it off was going to be to use green, it says on there. I was gifted a giant bag of shave samples by Brian from the Wet Shave Experience over the summer, and I'm working my way through them, and I figured, you know what I'm going to do? In addition to using these, I'm also going to give them away as I use them, because I can just stick them in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and send it someplace in the continental US. So, stick around and I'll tell you how you can get your hands on this. If you haven't used Proso Green like I hadn't prior to Brian sending it to me, or any of the Prosos, but if you haven't used Proso Green, come on, you have to, right? So I would love to pass this along to somebody who hasn't used it yet. So there we go. I'm going to use my own Proso that I do have here, and that's from my Proso red tin, or kit tin, and so this is the pre-shave. And we're also going to be using my relatively new board brush from Smoke. Honestly, I haven't used it since the first time I used it on the channel. And I wanted to do a face lather, which is why I picked a cream. I don't like taking a cream and putting it in. Appreciate it off. Taking a cream and putting it in a bowl. I don't know. It seems like you should build a lather on your face at that point. So let's see what we can do with that. I also have my Georgetown pottery scuttle. I took a little video of the brush soaking in that prior to starting this. So I'm gonna take the brush out. Thought it was already. Take the brush out so I can dump the excess water out of this bad boy. Seems like the key to getting any board brush to perform well, it's nice and warm now, is to let it soak for as long as possible. So I think this altogether has been soaking for like a solid 20 minutes. I soaked it when I was in the shower. I soaked it when I got back out. I soaked it when I put it in the scuttle for probably a good another 5-10 minutes or so there. So who knows, probably upwards of 20 minutes at this point, but here we are. So let's get some cream in there. I got the pre-shave on my face, and we'll get going here. Might get a bit more water actually. Still pretty scratchy. Again, this is only the second use for it. I'm gonna kind of try to document. Talk with your mouth open. Yeah. Wow. Document the break-in process for this guy. Give me a lot of content to work with here. Yeah, so Proso Green has got the eucalyptus going on, which is very prevalent. I can't remember what the other main note is. It's the one that really sticks out is the eucalyptus. And then it's eucalyptus and menthol, essentially. I'm pretty happy with this lather so far. I prefer the sandalwood and the red. I also have a coarse beard type, so I figured, why not? So I asked for that for Christmas, and I got it. If you saw the video, you did. If you didn't, doesn't matter. So this is the second use for this brush, and both times I've been with Parasso. First time was red, second time here is of course with green. All right, so if you made it this far and you want what's left in here, which is, it was a pretty generous tub to begin with. There's probably enough for at least 2 shaves here, or 1 really good shave. But if you want that, comment below. What should I have you comment? You can comment green. The first person to comment green below that has a Continental Conus US address, we will send you this soap sample or this cream sample so you can try it. And if you've already tried it, why do you want it? But anyways, all right. And then since I still had it on hand, I'm using the Blackland Blackbird in brass, the brass bird if you will. It's gonna have a second use Dorco Titan blade in it. I used the blade yesterday for the first time with my 6S and played 4, and it was fantastic. So I'm hoping to have similar results. I've been kind of nervous to use this again for 2 reasons. One, I'm afraid that it's not gonna give me the same quality shave that I had the first time. And second, I'm afraid that it will give me the same quality shave that I had the first time, and then I will continue to want one because they're kind of on the pricier side, you know, for someone who does all their hobbies on a budget like I do, and that's fine because I would just go crazy if I didn't have my budget to work with. I've gotten quite good at sticking to it. It's for the best. Money doesn't last long. Yours truly is not good at saving up for things. Because there's always a deal that pops up. So I was gonna save my money this month, what did I do? I had a friend who had 2 hair products that I've been wanting to try. And he gave me, you know, the kind of deal you can't refuse. So I got that. And then, there's a boar whisker. In lieu of the culling part 1 and the looming culling part 2 from PAA, which is where I first used this since I used this with Black Bot for the first time last week. I'm kind of trying to make sure that if there's anything over there that I've been wanting, that I get it just in case, or I'm ready to get it. And someone was selling a very gently used CK1 formula of Speakeasy, which was the next one on my list from PAA. So I got that. I'd like to say that I was planning on getting it in CK6, but when you have a channel, it's better to have different options available. I only have one CK1 soap by them right now, and that's my Good Vibrations, which I have this matching Star Jelly too, and I was gonna I'm planning to pick up a actual bottle of the Splash here in the spring. It's my springtime go-to. It's such a good scent. So anyways, I don't mind having CK1 on hand because sometimes you want to show CK6, sometimes you want to show CK1. If CK1 wasn't good at all, then Doug wouldn't sell it. You'd only have CK6. Personally, I find that once I figured out CK1, which honestly took me a bit, I had to do a lot of the, the Marco method. I've been on autopilot with the Blackland Blackbird, no issues. Totally lost my train of thought. CK1, CK6, what are they talking about? That's not happened before. I mean, I forget to continue with something, but now I'm actually trying to get back to it. Welcome to the world of ADHD, everybody. Sort of new subject, I guess. Maybe it was the one I was talking about, but I actually had to. You missed the real but I had to. I had to know. So some of the Murphy method. So yeah. So for CK1 and CK6, it took me a long time to figure out CK1. I think it's actually a really good soap to get if you're new, which is why I always push their kits, their beginners kits, because once you figure out CK1, and maybe people disagree with me, and that's fine, but you can pretty much figure out a lot of soaps. It's a good teaching soap. So CK6, CK1. The biggest difference for me in terms of getting them, using them, is that CK6 for me dials in a little quicker. You gotta be more a little patient with CK1, which, yeah, I was getting a lot of those. I wasn't exactly a beginner when I started getting PAA products. I've been using like Barrister and Mann's, Excelsior, and a few other soaps, Declaration Gripping and stuff for a few years. But I was getting these really dry lathers, trying to figure out what I was doing wrong. And I asked, I want to say it was Clay. I asked Clay, and this is how we bonded, Clay Knight, and he recommended the Murphy method, and that worked, and then you just kind of figured it out from there. So anyway, CK1, and then what did I buy the other day? Oh yeah, and then I used Shannon Soap's Mars. That's the one of the several exclusives that the Razor company has, and it's based on Chanel's Allure Home, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided, since I had the money, I looked at my budget, and I had a 10% off coupon from when I first ordered from them, that I would buy that. So I did that. So there's my budget. I spent it mostly on you guys. So expect to see that in a video in the near future. This is what happens to me sometimes. I don't know if I'm not using enough cream or not, but I don't really have an option today. I'm trying to conserve that. I feel like I get a really good initial lather, and then the subsequent lather is just, and you could say that about a lot of products, but the subsequent lathers are just kind of lacking. See if we can. I don't have a bowl. I can't go back to the bowl. If we get more, there's another one. You're shedding on me, huh? Gotta get some more slickness going here. There's definitely gonna be a 2-pass. And that might be being generous. I might actually just skip the neck on the second pass, because it's already kind of a trouble area for me, and I would really like to avoid any sort of pizza neck going into the week. So let's just finish this pass and we'll be done, huh? It's getting long enough anyways. All right. Yeah, really feeling that blade with this setup. This was a silly ass decision today. For sure. Yeah, we'll have to. Scrub that off the neck. Anyways. We'll do a one more. I saw a post on Facebook today where someone was did 3 with the grain passes. And of course, someone can get real technical and say, well, with the grain is if your beard grows in exactly the way it's supposed to, which mine doesn't. You know, all grows the same direction. But I have a very curly, wavy beard growth. I've thought about trying to map it, but honestly, there's 2 on there. Look at that. It would not be worth it. I knew I had a little nick up here. A little tiny bit right there. That's okay. Sometimes when you can try to go to autopilot with an aggressive razor that you're not really used to yet, but hey, I mean, I'm still happy with that. I don't know if I'm $200 happy with that right now, but this isn't really a good barometer for it with the setup that we have today. But anyways, I'll train of thought again. I guess it's gonna be one of those days. Giveaway, yeah, if you've made it this far, make sure you subscribe. Do you want the 19 or the number 58 from 1953? We're giving that away. We have other special giveaways coming up here in the near future. We're actually going to start our Instagram channel here in the near future too, I believe. I don't have to edit this bit out, probably won't. I'll probably run that. We can share, you know, we don't have to post content every day, but we shave daily between the 5 of us. So we can put those on Instagram. You can follow us there. And yeah, so if you want this green, I hope you commented below, and we'll look forward to you the next time.